Okay, so we want to work out a couple of things here in this question. The first thing is, given these demand and supply curves, what's the free trade equilibrium price and quantity? So free trade, there's no government intervention. QS equals QD. So 100 minus P is equal to P minus 20. So that means that 2P is equal to 120. So our equilibrium price is 60. Okay. To get the quantity, we just take this equilibrium price and stick it into either of these things, so that we get Q star is equal to 100 minus P, which was 60. So that means that Q star is equal to 40. Okay. So it's just solving simple supply and demand stuff we saw before. Okay. Next part is slightly more involved, but still not especially difficult. Part B, we have a tax of 4. Okay. So to work with a tax, you need to just realise that the price that's ultimately paid by the consumer, we call it PD, is equal to the price the supplier receives plus the tax. So the tax is going to the government, so what the seller receives plus the tax is equal to what the demander pays. Okay. So this means that our price demand, or our PD, we can write it like this. So we can take our demand curve, 100 minus PD, set it equal to our supply curve, but replacing this PS by putting the tax to this side. So PS will become PD minus the tax. And then we have this 20. And we can solve from here. Okay. So that means that 100 minus PD is equal to PD. The tax is equal to 4. So minus 24. So putting the PDs to one side, we get 2PD is equal to 124. So that means that PD is equal to 62. Okay. So that's the price the consumers pay, the market price, with a tax. Okay. So we wanted to get the quantity as well. So the quantity star when you've got this tax is 100 minus the price, that's from the demand curve. So that gives us a quantity in this market with the tax of 38. Okay. And then the final thing we want is the price the seller receives. Well, the price the seller receives is just the price the demander pays minus the tax. So PS is equal to PD minus T. So that means that PS is equal to 62 minus 4. So that means that the price the seller receives is 58. So what do we want next? Well, the next thing we wanted was with a price ceiling of 50. So just slot this in here. With a price ceiling of 50, well, with any price ceiling, you have to remember that it only matters if it's less than the equilibrium price, okay? Which it is in this case. And then you've got to look at both the supply and demand curve to see who's going to be moving or being in control of what happens at that price. So let's look at the quantity demanded at a price of 50. At a price of 50, the quantity demanded is 100 minus 50, which is equal to 50. Okay, so at a price of 50, 50 are demanded. On the supply side, at a price of 50, quantity supplied is 50 minus 20, which gives us 30. Okay, so this is a market where people are not compelled to sell or to buy. So it's going to be the lowest prevailing quantity that's willing to be offered on the market. Sorry, the lowest quantity that's going to be wanted on the market or sold on the market. So that gives us 30, right? People want this 50, but only 30 is being offered. Okay? So off the bat, we know that quantity in this with this price ceiling is equal to 30. Okay? What price is going to prevail at a price of 50? Well, 50. We're told what the price is. We can just write it. Okay? So, and you can verify this by sticking it into either of these. Either of these. I'm sorry, into this. Okay. So then we have one last thing to look at, which is a price floor. So a price floor is just the opposite of a price ceiling. and we do the exact same. So at a price of 75, what's being demanded? The price floor is 75, we just put 75 in here, we get 100 minus 75, which gives us 25. Okay. What about what's being supplied at this? Well, at a price of 75, we have that supply is equal to 75 minus 20, which is equal to 50. So there's 50 available on the market, but people only want 25. Okay, prices can't go below 75. People only want 25, even though 50 would be sold. The suppliers would be prepared to sell 50, but only 25 as well. So that's our quantity star. It's 25. That's how much is going to be sold in this market, and we're going to have a price of, well, we're given the price at 75.